About the editor, revered Acharya Dev Shri Rajyashsuriji Maharaj Sahib, exponent of discourses, visionary, promoter of the renovation of various temples, the epitome of renunciation, a great preacher, is blessed by Shri Labdhi-Sureshwarji and Shri Vikram-Sureshwarji, the Grand Guruji and Guruji respectively. Shri Vikram-Sureshwarji, his Gurudev, was very effective in attracting people towards the virtues of Jainism, was a worshipper of Bhaktamar Mahastotra, practitioner of high standards of religion, and was a very simple-minded soul. The editor is highly dedicated, courteous disciple of his Guru, and lucky enough to serve, care, worship insanely to such a great Guru. Beside having profound and well-versed knowledge of 7 languages, his ability to give unbridled free-flowing discourses are excellent. He authored many writings, holy books and creative poems. He has written the Mahagranth Bhaktamar Darshan, which has had an overwhelming response in all directions. An in-depth study of Agam, grammar, law, philosophy, yoga, science, deep study and reflection of astrology, Vastu Shastra, psychology and various other fields are to his credit. Being a great personality, his bright and exalted orator attracts people at very first sight. In fact, a few seconds in his auspicious company confers profound happiness and satisfaction. Deeply involved in various rites, rituals and disciplines, very compassionate towards everyone. He has a heart as simple as a child and delicate like a flower. Under the tutelage of his Gurudev, Vikram-Sureshwarji, and the guidance of editor, pilgrims by foot from Sikandrabad to Samvet Shikharji in 191 days and from Calcutta to Palitana in 202 days were organized successfully, which is considered as a golden event in the history of the last 500 years. During the pilgrimage, he was a chief orator and convinced lakhs of people of other faiths and religion to abandon meat eating, drinking wine, and to give up other bad habits. In fact, wherever he goes and whatever he preaches, he gives importance to uplift the morality, spirituality, and the good understanding for the truth in every religion. Jainism, in his favorite religion and Ahimsa, Anekantvada and Aparigraha, he propagates profoundly. He also gives importance to realizing the value of human birth. He always says that birth of human is the only way to achieve Paramatma Dasha. That is, you are Atma, be Paramatma, is the motto of his. He has contributed in multifaceted ways for the propagation of Jainism, the result of which is the renovation of temples at Bharuch Tirth, Gulpak Tirth, Vasigram Tirth, Banaras Tirth, Prerna Tirth Ahmedabad, as well as fasting by 108 and 237 devotees for 30 days in Khambat and Chennai respectively. Jain Fairs at Chennai in 1999 was a masterpiece event and was beyond the words of appreciation. National Ahimsa Conference in 2008 at Hyderabad was a good achievement to show the right way to live in peace and contentment and create an awareness to save the ecology and human embryo. Upadhyay Vishrut Yash Vijay Ganivarya. Non-violence, divine power. Non-violence is not a word, but it's the essence of wisdom. Now, non-violence word has crossed the borders of Indian territory and achieved utmost importance on the screen of universal scenario. The practice of non-violence has become the highest need to preserve the culture of entire humanity. The need is ever more than the past. Whole world lives in the fear of terrorism. Every corner of the world is badly affected with bloodsheds. What a pity! We have life-saving drugs and instruments, but sorry to express that we have much more explosive materials and bombs to kill entire living beings. We talk not to use nuclear weapons for sake of sheer fear of destruction. Do we really possess the peace, friendship, love of non-violence? In fact, human mind is totally filled with the feelings of quarrel, killings, etc. Transformation of mind is the only way to save the entire planet. We have tremendous speed for progress, but lack of right direction made the situation very complex and confused too. The declaration of Sri Krishna to incarnate on every phase of cycle to sustain religion, which is the solace for humanity. We all have to unite worldwide to protect the values of spirituality. We can see that scholars of Muslim religion are that active participants to support the noble cause of non-violence. The futilities of slaughterhouses are known to everyone, and now it is a growing understanding that vegetarianism is the universal diet. The countries involved for terrorism is compelled to put down weapons and looking towards the path of non-violence. It is the most important to unite every input of understanding and let it convert into the ocean of non-violence. The awareness would spread the real message for those who are still ignorant to know the fruit of faith for humanity, and those who know would act faster to reveal the nectar of non-violence. The prime effort of this book is to unite all peace-minded fellows. Unification creates faith, and in turn, faiths generate divine energy. Ultimately, such masters are the lighthouse for the world. The highest heritage of non-violence, which God, Tirthankar, Incarnation, saints preached and preserved, are to be spread globally for the benefits of entire humanity. It is our humble prayer that let the Divine Lord Parshvanath Ji and Goddesses Rajyashsuriji Padmavati Ji bless one and all the beauty and the shine of non-violence on every face of humanity. Preface. If we have not yet become vegetarians, we have not even sighted the portals of the kingdom of God. Once upon a time in a village in an ancient India, there was a little goat and a priest. The priest wanted to sacrifice the goat to the gods. He raised his arm to cut the goat's throat, when suddenly the goat began to laugh. The priest stopped, amazed, and asked the goat, "Why do you laugh? Don't you know that I am about to cut your throat?" "Oh yes," said the goat. "After 499 times of being dying and being reborn as a goat, I will be reborn as a human being." Then the little goat began to cry. The great priest said, "Why are you crying now?" And the little goat replied, "For you, poor priest, 500 lives ago, I too was a great priest and sacrificed goats to the gods." The priest dropped to his knees. saying, "Forgive me, I beg you. For now on, I will be the guardian and protector of every goat in the land. Everyone in the business, the one who abates, the one who cuts, the one who kills, the one who sells, the one who prepares, the one who offers, the one who eats, all are killers. And the flesh of salient beast in the body will become his own tomb. For I tell you truly, he who kills, kills himself, and he who eats the flesh of a salient beast eats the body of a dead." God doesn't like the flesh and the blood that you offer as a sacrifice. He expects nothing but your absolute faith. Ahimsa means reverence for life, which in turn calls for compassion and services to all living beings. I renounce my animosity and seek forgiveness from all beings. Let all beings forgive me and give up their animosity. I have friendliness towards all and animosity for none. What should one do in his day-to-day life? That is, what is maximum non-violence, the ornament of the brave? While it is true that man cannot live without air and water, the thing that nourishes the body is food, hence saying food is life. There is a growing school which is strongly of the opinion that anatomical and physiological evidence is in the favor of man being vegetarian. His teeth, his stomach, intestines, etc. seem to prove that nature has meant man to be a vegetarian. Regulation of diet, restriction it to sattvic food, taken in moderate quantities, is the best of all rules of conduct and the most conducive to the development of sattvic, pure qualities of mind. These in turn help one in the practice of self-inquiry. Spiritual unfoldment will come rather by regulating eating. Food affects the mind. For the practice of any kind of yoga, vegetarianism is absolute necessary, since it makes the mind more sattvic, pure and harmonious. Ahimsa, non-violence, stands foremost in the code of disciple for the yogis. Non-violence foundation of coexistence. Human beings love to be with people. Human beings mutually support each other. Non-violence teaches the art of living together. O Tirthankar Prabhu, when we want whole world as one family, then we cannot ignore non-violence. It is highly divine that your auspicious presence ends the enmity of many births. Living together, every being enjoys the bliss. The sweet music of non-violence. Love, living being. When love detaches from desire, that is, carnal instinct, and if such pure love spread in every living being, then it is a state of complete incarnation. The love of incarnation may look different, but in fact it is a total form of non-violence. O Krishna Ji, the cow mother, which stands with your divinity, represents the entire universe. The colorful feather of peacock on your divine head declares the love for entire community of birds. Your dearest and lovely flute plays the sweet music of non-violence. Compassion. Sorrow of self pains, but one cannot bear the pain of others, then it is called sensitivity. Pain is expression of selfishness. Sensitivity is the master art to keep the relation with every living being. Mind